So, it's finally happening. Finally got to do it. There's no getting out of it. I've got to take the body off this. Obviously, I've left it as long as possible, so it's a nice rush. Great. So I've done a bit of research. I think the plan we're going to go with is bonnet off, which is just Allen keys going in. Radiator off, seats out, battery out, fuel tank out, and center console out. And then I think we should be able to do it. Probably. I gotta stop saying probably as well. Yeah, and then when we got all that off, then we go see, they took the manifolds off on the video I've watched, but not actually sure it needs to happen. This needs to come out, exhaust needs to come off, and then we've got a load of, you disconnect all the wiring off the engine, and all those brake pipe fittings there. Obviously tubing if it connects to the body, and we need to, oh sorry, not pointing the camera, get all these out. I think the plenum needs to come off, which involves taking the windscreen wipers off and this panel off. Mass airflow meters bolted to the body, so that can come off. I think we're going to end up with a lot of stuff here. And then the video I watched, they just picked it up at the front and the back. Not entirely sure that's the way we're going to go. Might be, it might not. Obviously I've got the lift. Don't know how much this is going to help me. Yeah. So yeah, plod on with it I think. So I'm going to start with the fuel tank. I'm going to need to drain that out. So first thing is get a box, start clearing all the contents of the car out. Again, in the video they took the dash out, but I couldn't see why they'd taken the dash out, so I'm not going to at the moment. Might be a fuel risk decision, but we'll see. Okay, let's crack on with it now. Stage 1, drain the tank. I just put a rigid pipe down inside so it pulls it out. I'm hoping there's less in this container. I don't think it's that full. Well, that was lucky. It's blowing bubbles now, so I think that's pretty much all of it. Not looking that clean actually, it's still, but yeah, so that's tank empty. Happy days. I've just written on there, so I know what it is. So my technique for taking the bonnet off my own is a bit low tech. Just wedge that cardboard box with the fuel, and then just take them 5mm Allen keys out down the bottom. But put some cloths in here because it can move around and touch the wing. Okay, so we made some progress. Mass airflow's gone. I've got to take this, actually that stays in the body, so that should be alright. Bonnet's obviously off. Fuel tank's drained and loose, but there seems to be some connection down the, sort of loose and tight. Not sure about that. So probably going to take the seats out next, center console, and then see about getting on the lift. And then we can start de-wiring the engine, marking all the wires, marking all the tubes, and radiator and exhaust off then. Easy. Then we'll move on to the actual body to chassis. bolts, I hope. So seats out, they're just 13mm nuts from the underneath. Now we're going to go with centre console, which if you pull this little cover up here, one screw under there, one on each of those corners. I think that's it on that panel. If there's any more, I'll let you know. And then get it lifted up and start cracking on the stuff underneath then. But yeah, it started. It's a bit of TVR history there. It's on the 3rd of September 96. You knew someone called, looks like DW, who was in quality control or trimming. There's bits he worked on still about. So yeah, it just was those 3 screws. And then one multi-plug for the, it's that multi-plug there for the electric windows. Okay. Right, so we got it up in here. Oh, what did I just do on my torch? Stupid thing. Yeah. Start that again. Okay, so we're sort of making some progress. Fortunately, I found the air filter. Yeah, I think we maybe need to do some maintenance on that. That is pretty manky. I don't think there's anything inside this cavity behind the grill to disconnect. I don't know if I can get... No, I can't. I don't know if I'm going to drain the radiator down. There doesn't appear to be any facility for doing that. Then exhaust, there's a joiner there, and then underneath this plate, well, I assumed it came apart underneath that plate, but it doesn't appear to. This one, the plate does need to come off. And then the fuel tank isn't coming out because of that connection there. So we'll strip that off. It looks like it needs replacing, as do quite a few of these other connections. And yeah, this may well be quite a big job. Right, so let's get that. Oh, it's mounted on the body, on the, keep banging my head. Mounted on the, yeah, the exhaust is mounted to the block as well. Oh, this is going to take ages. Bugger. Yep, this is going to take ages. So there's one bolt into the block. Right, okay, so what I've done, I just put a bungee between the bellows and all, and the ramp to support the front end, which is now moving. I'd take the anti-roll bar completely off, which is 13mm nuts on top of the drop links, and 13mm nuts on the brackets to the body. And I think we're pretty much ready for the exhaust to come off now. So I'm going to drop this end down a bit. This come back a bit, so we're not too bad. So yeah, should be on the floor in a second. Hopefully controlled. So we haven't done too bad for an initial start. Exhaust is off, obviously, as you can see. I've split that fuel tank connection there, so the fuel tank should come out now. Battery's off. I've got some of the exhaust studs out, but that difficult one at the front. This side, now the battery's off, I can take the... I probably need to get the starter motor off. But I can disconnect all that now. And then I'm going to start cutting the body bolts. I don't think any of them are going to come out, so I'm just going to slit them. So we'll get the grinder on them now. And also took the back wheels off so I can get in on that one, which I'm going to cut. Now the upper seatbelt mounts up there appear to just be mounted on the body. That can't be right. Perhaps. Yeah, so while it's up, I'm going to cut all these body bolts off. Remove that container of open petrol first. Actually, I'm going to get the fuel tank out first and get it out of the way. Plug it, and then cut the body bolts. Yeah, we're probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours in, and already ended up with quite a big set of stuff. But it doesn't look undoable. I think we can manage it. Okay, next bit. So once you've disconnected that fuel pipe that goes through there, you can pull the tank away. Sorry. Pull the tank away. There's one connection going into the filler spout there. There's another connection on the right hand side about halfway up, and then also the clip, the wiring for the sender. And then the 2 bolts to the rear of the chassis, there's one. Now one has snapped. Just really hope it snapped far enough in. So this is going to be my bolt diagram. So yeah, really big boot on these, considering it's a sports car. So what I'm going to do is something we do in work. Can't open this boot without the battery on. I'm going to lock it. That way, hopefully, yeah, can't accidentally shut the boot. Sweet. Right, on to the next bit. So I decided I've got half the body bolts out. Unfortunately, the ones in the centre section of the floor are nuts that are welded to the chassis, like that. So I've got most of them out there to cut that one off, because they started spinning. Ones in the middle are fine. The ones at the front are right at the bottom of the footwell. Hang on. Down there. I decided sod that. I'm just going to cut those nuts off when I get to that point. But yeah, we're just draining the radiator down now. We've got, so, there's 2 bolts in the boot, 17s, one there, 2 at the back of the floor, 3 in the middle of the floor and 2 in the front of the floor, and then some videos say 2 in the centre console. I can't find them. And then there should be 2 underneath this radiator. So when you've done that, took the wiring out, manifolds, this part obviously, body should come off. So I'm hoping, got work tomorrow, I'm gonna come and have another little play tomorrow night. 2 days hopefully, should be off. And I haven't done a full day today. So yeah, I'm just going to wait for that to finish draining. The only way I did it was by pulling that bottom up. Anyway, pop the radiator hoses off. So I'm just going to unplug the electric fans on those 2 connections. And then I'm hoping just one nut to get them off. And it just locates on the bottom, but I may well be wrong. So yeah, I'm going to finish that, get the radiator out, and then that's me done for one day. Okay. yeah, that's me done. Radiator's out. As you can see, TVR adds some production differences. On this side, the rubber mount is touching the body, no washers, no nothing. On the other side, there's 2 washers underneath and 2 washers on top, just to get it to line up. Now, those, which I'm going to spray now, those there, at the front 2 body mounts, which don't look very good. So we'll spray the crap into them now. And yeah, so yeah, that's it. So altogether we've done bonnet, seats, exhaust, radiator, fuel tank, about half of the bonnet battery, about half of the body to chassis mount bolts are out, most of the passenger side, radiator, coolant, yeah, I think that's it. So left we've got the rest of the body mount bolts, 2 manifolds, this crossover Y cap thing here, and then just the wiring, just the wiring that goes to the engine, and those, anything that comes through this inner wing. It doesn't seem to be anything on the other side. Sorry, anything non-electrical. Electrical staying with the body, chassis not. This is the theory, may well turn out to be wrong. But yeah, it hasn't been fairly hard work. It hasn't been ridiculous. So I reckon if I do another 2 hours after work tomorrow, get the rest of the mount bolts out, carry on plodding away at those manifolds, and then maybe a couple of hours the next day, get the wiring all took out, and then it should be coming off. So yeah, give us a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. Should come out quite a nice project. We'll see how bad the chassis is when we've got it off. Right, thanks for watching, catch you later, bye.